I have short legs, dramatically short legs, and a disproportionately long torso, which means I have mastered the art of not making my alien proportions visible to the masses. And today I would like to share a few tips with you that I've learned along the way. Whether you too have short legs, or you're just short, or you just want to look a little bit taller, this video is for you. Disclaimer, the following are tips and tricks to visually elongate your legs, but you do not need to follow any of these top secret hacks if you don't want to. As a short guy myself, I sometimes break these rules because I might just like the silhouette of an outfit and feel confident in it. Wear what you want to wear. With that said, if you want a little boost in making your legs appear not as short, feel free to follow along. First of all, avoid low-rise pants when tucking in your shirt. Here's why. In every outfit, there is an imaginary line that gets created between the top and bottom half of your outfit. Let's give it a name. Let's call it the equator line. The lower the equator line, the shorter your legs will look, and the higher the equator line, the longer your legs will look. So instead of low-rise pants, go for mid-rise or high-rise pants, which will visually elongate your legs. The good thing is, low-rise is not the most trendy silhouette nowadays, so if you shop at any of these high street stores, you will more often than not encounter mid-rise or higher-rise pants. Tip number 2, avoid belts. Belts will draw attention to that equator line and create even more separation between your top and bottom half, which is the opposite of what we're trying to achieve here. You're better off avoiding belts entirely. But with that said, even I don't own a belt and have to admit that sometimes they do look great and can improve an outfit. So if you're a fan of belts, or if you simply must wear one, go for one that is on the slimmer side rather than a big chunky one. Next, you want to avoid big contrast in color between your top and bottom half. Minimalists are gonna love this one. So instead of this, you want to go for this. Instead of this, try this. And instead of this, you get the gist of it. The objective here is to vertically streamline the silhouette of your outfit, getting rid of all the unnecessary clutter and enabling the eye to naturally scan the outfit from top to bottom and back to top in one smooth motion, with no visual obstacles drawing attention to one particular area. Okay, the next 3 tips are all about pants. Tip number 4, avoid baggy pants and all its other denominations. Wide, relaxed, loose fit, etc. I know this might be a tough one to hear. I'm a big fan of the more relaxed, oversized silhouettes myself, and I definitely own my fair share of wider fitting trousers. But it is true that these silhouettes will make you look shorter. But then again, that's why I made that disclaimer in the beginning. If there is something you love wearing, like me with wider fitting pants, and you don't care that it might visually diminish the perceived length of your body, then just rock it. Wear what you want to wear. But if you do want to be mindful of it and you're not particularly a fan of baggy pants, then you can avoid them. Number 5, cropped pants. Another one that you want to avoid. This can be another tough one for some of you. I used to love wearing cropped trousers myself, but having your pants finish at ankle height will make your legs appear even shorter than they are. Ideally, you want your pants to end at the shoe, anywhere from a no break to a full break. One important thing to note though is that this does not apply if you are wearing boots, because what really makes your legs seem shorter is that visual separation created between the bottom of your pants and the top of the shoe, which does not happen if you're wearing boots. In fact, a black boot with some tapered, cropped trousers is actually a great combo that will visually elongate your lower half. Before we move on to tip number 6, I would like to thank the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. I had my first therapy session 3 years ago when I was going through a crisis period in my life, in my romantic life in particular, and then a breakup ensued and that sucked, obviously, but therapy was at the time and still is for different reasons very beneficial to my life. It's helped me go through hard times, make difficult decisions, and understand myself on a deeper level, and heal those traumas that come from childhood. But some things that I found difficult when searching for a therapist are 1, finding the right person, and 2, getting an appointment within a reasonable time frame. BetterHelp does an excellent job at solving both of those problems. It is a platform that connects you to tens of thousands of licensed therapists, and the best part is that you're not bound to the therapist in your local area, which makes it a lot easier to find the right person. And you can start therapy just a few days after signing up. And if for whatever reason you just don't vibe with your therapist, it's super easy to change to a new one with just 2 clicks clicks and no awkward conversations where you might have to explain yourself. Regardless of if you have a clinical mental health issue like anxiety or depression, or if you're just a human who lives in this world and is going through a hard time, therapy can give you tools to approach your life in a very different way. If you would like to try out therapy, BetterHelp is a great place to do that. You can simply use my link betterhelp.com/TimTheSaint to get 10% off of your first month. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video. Now let's move on to tip number 6. Tip number 6, avoid excessive stacking on the shoe. You don't want to add all of that unnecessary weight and bulk to the very bottom of your outfit. Remember, the goal is to streamline and keep the eye traveling upward. Anywhere up to a full break is completely fine. You just want to avoid stacks on stacks of fabric bunching up on top of your shoe, which will weigh down your look and make you look shorter. Tip number 7 is not something that I've seen people talk about before, but from personal experience as a short-legged man, I have found that mid-length jackets and coats do me absolutely no favors. I'm talking about pea coats, short overcoats, really any outer layer that ends around mid to upper thigh just makes my legs look tiny. Instead, I would suggest going for either a short jacket or a long coat. The sweet spot for a short jacket is for it to end roughly at around your hips, although you could go even shorter above your hips for more of a cropped look, playing on the 2/3, 1/3 rule, which will really elongate your legs. It is a bit more fashion forward, so it might not be for everybody, but it will definitely make your legs look longer than they are. The alternative to the short jacket is a long coat, but an actual long one, not some half-ass mid-thigh BS. You want the coat to end around knee level, and you want to be careful not to go too long or not too short, because if you go too long, it's just gonna swallow you whole and you'll look like a toddler borrowing your dad's coat. If you go too short, on the other hand, you'll get to that awkward mid-thigh length that messes up the proportions of your outfits. So keep it balanced around knee level. These 7 tips will help visually elongate your legs, but don't feel like you need to do all 7 of these all the time with every outfit. Keep them in mind as guidelines, mental notes to help you dress in a flattering way for your body shape. But on the same token, feel free to disregard these tips. If you want to wear one of these 7 things, do it. Wear what you want to wear, what makes you feel the most confident, and have fun with it.